And let's see, should be recording. Let me double check. Yeah, it's recording. Okay, good evening, everybody. Tonight I'm just going to go over a basic, quick 101 on solar site design, on registering if you haven't already done it. And if you have done it, maybe you need a refresher course on that for some people that might be getting in with you. With solar site design, they're the ones that are completely the commercial aspect with us that we deal with. If you take a look at your screen right now, I'm sharing my screen, and as you can see, my information's in there that I log in. But what I wanted to show you is that if you have not registered, what you do is just go to solarsitedesign.com, and I'm going to put that in so you'll see the page that comes up. Instead of my user page, start right there, go like this. Just put in solarsitedesign.com, and then this page here will come up for you.
Hey, Lane?
Yeah.
Quick question. Are you recording?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I started a few minutes ago. Okay.
All right.
When you get to this point, everybody, what you want to do is, well, it's not allowing me to click register. Not allowing me to sign it. Here we go. Let me see if it'll allow me. Well, it's not going to allow me to do it for some reason. Click register, maybe because I'm already registered or something. Or it's still loading. There we go. All right. There we go. Okay. This page here will come up for you. What you want to do is you want to do it's already marked here, an originator subscribe for free. That's what you want to start with. You don't worry about the paying the membership and stuff like that. The basic information, first name, last name, your job title. You could be the owner of your solar company. You could be, a solar energy advisor. You can put down there your email address that you use for your business. Get you a password and confirm it. Now remember, always write your password down so you have it. So you lose it. Company name, you could put in your business name, or you could put in crew. You could put in your business name and /crew. Then your business phone, it's the same as your mobile, that's fine. Your website address, it would be could be owntheswitch.com, jointhecrew.com. That's the one that you got from Crew. That's the web address that you got from them. And so that's what you want to put in there. The one that will bring people to your site. Your address, of course, that's self-explanatory. And then other details, you do not need to worry about this area right here, okay? Then what you do is you click submit, and once you hit submit, you'll get a welcome, and I can't go there because I'm already registered. You will get, bring it up here, bring this page up. You will get an email confirmation from Solar Site Design in your email. You should get it within 24 hours, if not right away. If you don't have it within 24 hours, notify myself if you've done it and you need help, because you may not have Jason Loyett's email, and I can get you his email, and he'll go in and he'll make sure that you are registered up, and send you a confirmation that, hey, I've got you in, because there has been some difficulties with some people when they've submitted stuff. I know they've updated the software so it's working a lot more efficiently. But once you get the confirmation email, just click on it and follow through. And this is where you should come to. When you type it in, I have mine saved because I use it all the time. It'll be your email and then the password that you chose on your registration. I'll click login. Now, once you get to this site, let me move the little screen over here. Okay. Once you get to this site right here, what will happen is, shrink that one. All right, you have your originator dashboard. That's where you're at. This explains what you want to do is you want to double check your profile, company name, first name. You can't. I don't think you can put your ID number in there anymore after your last name. We used to be able to do it, but I've still got mine. I've got my information in there. Just double check and make sure everything on your profile is correct and that's in here. Now, as you can see over here, inspection listings, this is some stuff I've already got in. But what you do is for commercial job to input one, you will go to quick referral. All right. And what this is going to be your customer's information, your commercial customer's information. You will have the project name. The best way to do it is the name of the business, and I put solar. Like, for example, one of mine is XL used cars. I use XL Solar. That's like that. Something that you'll be able to easily refer back to, and something so if you need to talk to the engineers about something, they will ask you the name of job and potentially the address also. That helps them track down what order. But usually they can get into your profile and find what job you're talking about. The contact email, if you're doing a pre-proposal, you can use one of yours if you're doing where you don't have the 12 months bills, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. But if you have an email, that's fine. Do a little research on your end. If you're going to do a commercial job, you want to do a little research on the commercial business. You want to find out what, take a look at the roof, and I'm going to show you another project that I'm fixing to input probably tonight or tomorrow, and I'll explain to you about qualifying that commercial business. Okay. All right. We've got the contact email, the contact phone number, which you can get any business phone number off of Google, the phone book, or whatever. Yeah, a phone book. I still have phone books, people. Okay. Enter the project address. It's very important that you have this, because once we hit submit this inspection listing, that's what's going to locate the property and help the engineers verify that this is the project that you want. Next step is project, of course, street address, and then they got to back up the city, state, zip code, country, and that simple stuff. Date of the survey. When you click on it, this is what comes up. You can click, like today, if you did it today, or you're inputting it tonight, you can click today's date, the 25th, go like this, and should come up the time after that. Close. Okay, January 20. Okay, there we go. January 25th. So they're not. They used to have one where you used to have to click the time and stuff like that. That's not coming up anymore. It was January 5th. Okay, the electric utility provider. You need to do a little research on this. It might be simplistic where you're at. It might not. In our area here, where Jeremy and I are, we have two utility companies that are right next to each other, split in Longview. We have AEP SWEPCO, and we have Upshur Rural. You need to make sure that you get the right utility company, and I'm not saying you have to have their utility bills. If you do, that's great, but if you don't, you can just do this for a preliminary to try and get a project in. Like I said, I'll talk about that in a second. But you need to know that. The reason is Upshur Rules is their pricing is a little less than AEP SWEPCO. So it pencils better with AEP SWEPCO, but it still works with Upshur Rules. So make sure, do a little research and find out what electrical utility provider is. Now, here's the thing that's going to be a little hard for you not having a utility bill. I'm saying this is if you've got a potential job, but you'd like to approach them to offer and show them solar, you can get a pre-proposal done for you. This is where it comes into a little more time. As you get doing this, you'll understand the cost of certain buildings and manufacturers and stuff like that. Whether it's like I have one that's got a big freezer and refrigeration going on. I guesstimated theirs at $5,000 to $7,000 a month. They may be up around $10,000. I talked to a buddy that has a printing business, and he says they run, is it $10,000 a month? $10,000 a month is what their electric bill is running. Maybe it was $100,000. $10,000 a month. I think it's $120,000 a year is their electric bill. So it will take a little due diligence on your part on this aspect if you don't have the bills to try and guess. A couple of them I've done, some 32K and 35 kW ones I've input, a doctor's office, and just a local business building. The doctor's office, I guesstimated because I wasn't able to get in touch with my buddy, his wife works there. I input $1,000 a month because it's a doctor's office and there's a lot of electrical and stuff going on. And he came back and finally got with me, and I was close. It was about $869 a month, he said. So that's on a guesstimate right there. Now, you need to find out who the owner's going to be, so you just put down they own it instead of renting it. Now, right here, under project notes, if you do not have the bill and you're just trying to get a quick preliminary proposal so you can go in and talk to the business owner or who's in charge of the paying the electrical bill, what you want to do is you want to put a pre-qualified right here. Pre-qualified prospect. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Something going on here. I don't know why that popped up. There we go. Okay. Pre-qualified prospect. What that does is it lets Jason and Alan and any of them over Solar Site Design, the engineers over there, they're doing this. It lets them know that this is a pre-proposal. You're just trying to get you a proposal that you can take to the business owner and show them what we can end up saving them through a proposal that Jason and them will put together for you. All right. Now, along the other aspects of this on the project notes, what you also want to put in is like when I did the used car dealer, the big building, I said there's a sales floor, but they have an attached maintenance building there to let them know what's going on the project. Or like when I did with the big manufacturing spot, the shipping thing where they haul out food all over this area and stuff like that, bunch of truck stuff. I put in there that it's a freezer and refrigeration storage warehouse and office building all in one. That just gives them a heads up of what they might be looking at designing possibly down the road with the inverters and stuff like that as they design this. Okay, once you've got that, you can hit submit, and I'll get out of this one here. I'm going to clear this out so it doesn't save it. Clear it. And what will happen is once you submit it, you should have right up here, I believe it's right there or right here, there'll be a green line saying project submitted. All right. Now, what you want to do is after the quick referral is it'll come up. And if it doesn't pop up right in front of you, you can go to the inspection listing like I just did, and it should show up in your group right here of businesses and stuff like that. Now, the one I was talking about right here is the Excel. What you do is once that's there, you come over here to these this orange dot over here, and you just run your cursor over the top. You don't have to click on anything. You move back across. That's if you want to delete the inspection. This is if you want to email Jason and them and the engineers, Alan or any of them that are designing the project. If there's something new that you need, you can click right there. All right, this right here, that's the edit inspection. If something new comes up that you happen to have, maybe some pictures or something like that that you weren't able to upload, then this is what you would do. All right, now the view. That's where you'll click on it, and I'm going to click here before I go back to the edit inspection because I just want you to see something on this project. And then we'll go right back to the inspection listing, and I'll click on the edit inspection for this project to show you. Let me let it load up here.
Hey, Lane, while it's loading,
Yeah.
I found when I did my pre-qualifying proposal, even though I put in pre-qualified prospect, I still got an email requesting an electric bill. So what I started doing was putting, along with that pre-qualified prospect, and then I put no bill as of yet.
Yeah.
Let them know. And, that way they kind of gives them a heads up. Oh, no bill as of yet. Oh, okay, you're doing a pre-qualify in case they miss it.
Right.
But see, when
Yeah.
they flow back through. But the other thing I was going to say, even though we do have an app for this, y'all definitely do it on a computer. It works so much better, a lot less hiccups, and it runs a lot smoother.
Yeah. I know they've updated the software on the for the app and stuff. I got something today on it. But that's a good point, Jeremy. I'm glad you mentioned it because a couple of times they can miss stuff, information notes you put in there. Maybe put a couple of stars or asterisks there so that they know what you're doing. Okay. Well, what I wanted to bring you to this page for was the view before we go to edit inspection, to where we'll load up some information, show you how to load up bills and stuff. But what I want to show you is I wanted you to scroll down right here. I want to make sure you zoom in on this and make sure that where the little red marker, this is your project. Okay. And that's why I say do a little research before you do it, because you're not just doing cold calling and stuff. You can, but it's better to have this availability right here, knowing this. Okay. I know that was the job when I submitted it. I knew this building right here was it. So that's good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run back to inspection listings. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to go back to this project right here, and we'll go to edit inspection, the little pencil. All right. Now, right here we have the project name, project contact, contact email, the contact telephone, the address of the project, everything in here. Make sure it's the right utility provider that you know of. Here's the estimated cost per month on the bill, owner rent. Now, when I was talking to y'all earlier, I was talking about over there when we input information and stuff like that, pitched roof, flat roof. Well, we know it's a flat roof, so you would check that. Then we come down, buildings voltage. You don't need to worry about this right now. This will come later if you get built. This is just on the preliminaries. And even if you have the bill, don't worry about putting that in, because if you upload the bills to them, they will have it on their end. All right. The design information, roof orientation, azimuth and degrees and stuff like that. Don't worry about that. Wind exposure. Now, that might be like Mike down in Florida and stuff. This is something that he might be able to deal with. Open terrain scattered with obstructions, plains, flat, unobstructed. That would be like Karen, maybe out where you're at in Central Texas and stuff like that, to where it's flat out there. There's maybe no trees except anything in the way. This would be for some of the folks that may be up in the northern states or even Oklahoma, or, for the snow load, pounds per square foot. That's something you might be able to check with your local weather people and stuff like that, or any contractors in the area on that. But it's not extremely necessary. They're very, very smart and diligent over there. They've done a lot of solar designs and installs in areas that have snow. Do you have 24/7 broadband internet access? You might know that they do, you might not. That's all right. Do you have an existing alarm system? Most buildings do. You could check that. It says, what is the remaining contract length? Don't even worry about that right there. Hallways, don't worry so much about that. Now, floors. Now, say it's a 2 or 3 story building. This would be helpful to them to let them know, because pretty much unless they go down to Google Earth and look at Street View, they're not going to know that from where they're looking from the aerial view. The engineer is going to look at it and going to see the building. You're going to say, okay, it's 1 floor. When you go down to the street view, it may be two stories. It doesn't have so much effect on the solar panels because there's only so many panels you can put on a roof or possibly on a ground mount. But it does give them the idea that, hey, there's two stories here in this size building, especially in the preliminary one. that you're doing. This lets them understand possibly a little more electrical. Say, hey, upstairs is office, downstairs is a showroom or something like that. Or, you know, upstairs is office and refrigeration's out back and stuff like that. Okay, is there an attic, basement? You don't need to worry too much about that. Number of lights, stuff. A lot of this you can type in, but it's not really going to show up, and you're just trying to get through this and get the information into them. As a residential business, you can click business, but I'm going to show you something here in a little bit.
Lane?
Yeah.
Lane?
Yes.
It's asking how many tubes? What does that mean?
Tubes are like the fluorescent lights.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
No, that's fine. I mean, you may know hopefully this is a business that maybe you've gone into, and you can kind of look around and look at their lights when you go in there, you know, and you say, hey, I know this. and
do you have any idea how that relates to the installation of solar or the use of electricity? Or
it's just along the lines of the possibility of the electrical, like how many lights actually have running the place. Like a car dealership's going to have a lot of lighting.
Right.
Versus maybe just an office building. If it's a office building itself, they're going to have lighting, but they're probably not going to have as much as a car dealership does. The car dealership may actually have some large type floodlights in there, so they can, you know, illuminate the cars and stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
All right. Now we go down here, and what we've got right here is this one is where you're going to upload whatever files you have. If you've gone to the business and you've taken some pictures outside, that's fine. This is where you're going to email them to yourself. You're going to email them to yourself so you have them in your files before you start this process. Okay, everybody? All right. What you want to do is you want to click right here, add files. And I'll show you what this is going to do, where it's going to bring you to. All right. It's going to come up, and this is on your computer. They'll all come up like this. I'm not sure about Apple's, but this is the way they load up. Okay, as you can see, it's got my PC right here, this PC. I have a documents folder. All right, I'll click on that. And as you can see, I've got crew 1, 2 right here. But I have another documents folder here, but let me click on this one. And I have created folders right in here. And there's different folders that I had designed in this area, but this is to show you that it's best to upload your pictures into these areas right here, like that. All right, let me go back down. This is the one I need to go to. I just had it over there and I lost it. There we go. I've created another one called, another document, it's called 1, 2, 3 crew. What I've done is I clicked on it, customers. This is for some of my partners. I have partners stuff here. So anytime you guys send me anything, I have the information saved. But here's my stuff right here. I've created a separate folder for my commercial projects and put it in this folder. I also have a residential folder. But right now, the one that I'm dealing with right now is the Excel car dealership. And here's a snippet I took myself off of Google and put it in here to let them know that when I uploaded this file, it was in the notes. I also, this is where you would take the file, click on this like that, and I don't have Windows 10 on this, but if I did, what you can do is, say you don't have Windows 10, say you have 8 or something, you can hold down the control button, the CTRL on your keyboard, and then you can click this one. And you can click all three. You can click individual ones with the control button, then just let go. They are all there. You can click open, and it will load them up into the system. So let me just undo this one. I'm just going to do the one. I'm just going to do the building. I'm just going to show you for an example. Click open, and they will. There it is. Building location, JPEG. It is uploaded in the file. Now, what you need to do next is you need to hit start upload, not update. Start upload, because if you notice right here, the status is 0. It's showing the files here that you've gotten off your computer, and the same as if you uploaded the bills, what you do next, you hit start upload, and then this will hit 100%. It'll go to 100%. Once that is loaded up to 100%, and you've got all the files in there that you need, you can do them one at a time or all 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, like I was talking about. You then click update. Once it's updated, you'll have across the top here, it'll say inspection listing updated. Then you can go back right here to, oh, I need to get rid of that. There we go. I don't think that file's going to change anything. I think it's deleted out because I didn't upload it. All right. When you get back, you can come back into here. You can hit Excel Pre-Owned Supercenter. Like I've got here. You go over here. You click on the V, the little eyeball, and we'll let this project load up, and I will show you what to look for. And they've gotten down, I think, pretty good. I think they usually do them in about, they can get them done for you in about 5 days. They're really persistent in getting these done for everybody. And just bear with us, everybody. Here it comes. All right. Now, once you've got that and you've uploaded everything, and you know, and it's come across and said it was good, you know, you can come down here, just scroll all the way down, and this is after you've clicked on the view button. All right. As you can see, Excel Pre-Owned Supercenter inspection data. This is the one you just did. This will probably be the only one written out like this for inspection wise, because see, I have a working project right here. This is what you'll end up getting from them once they've designed you this thing, designed you the proposal. But what I wanted to show you is any of the pictures, the files that you've loaded up will also show up right here. And they have a picture of with the panels already on it, showing what it's going to look like. And here's the building location. Remember the little file I just told you that we were showing how to upload? You'll have this file right here and whatever other files you've uploaded, plus you should have an inspection data. If you don't, go back through what I just told you to do in edit inspection and redo what you've done. If you still have problems, give me a holler. You can give Jeremy a call, usually in the evenings. Usually you can get in touch with me and I can help you from that point on if you have any other difficulties. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the inspection data and I'll show you the sheet that'll come up. All right. It's right down here. Let it load up. Okay. All right. This is what you'll have on your inspection data. This is another way for you to check it. You have your username, your name, your business phone. This is your information right here, okay? Then we come down to the contacts, project name, project contact. Make sure all this information in here is correct, okay? If not, you can go back into the edit inspection and go back to it. And see what I'm saying? Like some of the stuff that I put in earlier that I had put in, it's not showing up. So some of it, the main thing they're concerned about is the overall, the utility company, the bill that you can get, any information that you can get them. But on a preliminary one, don't need to worry about it. Yeah, all right. Now, I'm going to go back here, and I have right here the working model. Now, this is what they will send you once they've designed one for you. This is what the proposal and information is going to look like. Now, don't wait on an email from them. Give them a couple of days, but you can always go check in, because sometimes you say, well, I haven't got an email, and then you say, well, you've gone in and looked, and you go in and look, and your project's there. I'm not saying that anything on their end, but sometimes that happens. When the project's done, they load it up, and you may not get an email on the project. But give them a couple days. Usually it takes them about 5 days on that. Okay, this is what your proposal will end up looking like. It'll say a working model 150 kW system. It's designed by Jason Moya, and working model prepared for Excel pre-owned SuperSync. Okay, and then the email. I see on the pre-proposal, I used one of my emails because I didn't want it going to them yet until I get the proposal and the pre-authorizations signed and stuff like that. I want something that I'll be able to take to them, and you can always edit it later with that. Here's what they came back with the building, and with all the panels on. And see, we still have room back here. We've got them at 85% right now. But this is what I'm talking about on changing the email is after we get to this point and they say, oh yeah, I want to do this. You have to have an initial here. And then from that step forward, they said you'll receive 1 to 5 construction quotes to review with my agent. And that the agent is you. All right. Then we move on down here, and of course, table of contents, which you can look through, detailed cash flows analysis. And the detailed cash flow analysis is what's really important for someone at the company that is the bookkeeper, the one that pays the bills, the CFO, or anything like that, because that's what they're really going to understand. Now, the project costs $262,500. Their 30-year electrical bill savings. Now, this is important when you're dealing with a potential new customer, is you show them this. And they're like, well, it's going to cost me this amount here. Yeah, but you're already spending that money. Number one key to let them know, you are already spending this money. If you go solar, this is what the potential is right now that we can save you by going solar. And if we go down here, your payback period. That's the next important thing. The ROI, rate of return on investment. Business owners want to know this. Learn it. Right here, it will be right here on your proposal. Their payback period is only 6.8 years. And then all the power, the 85%, will be supplied by their solar panels. And next page down, the PV system details. This is showing 150 kW system. Right here, they've got 85.61% right there. Now, if we had the pure power boxes on, you could add another 8% minimum or up, or we could add some more panels on the, as I showed you, on the east side of the roof. Now, the important thing for them is that they've got right here, total system cost is $262,500. $260,500. Okay, federal tax credits right now, they're going to get $78,750, and with the bonus depreciation as being a business, they will be able to also, over the next 5 years, receive $66,939. So their total system cost is only going to be $116,813. That's it. By the time they get all the depreciation and the ITC credit next year, or because I'm assuming that you get some done this year, folks, their total system right there. But then the important thing is you go back up here again and you let them know, say, look, total system's this much. You're only going to pay, come scroll back down here. You're only going to pay this much, but look at over 30 years, you're going to save $723,000. And they're like, well, you're going to own the system. You're going to own the power. You're producing your own power. You can take this $723,694 over the 30 years. And I said, well, what if I'm not around for 30 years? Well, you're going to be here for about 10. Divide that into there. Figure 10 years into that. I said, well, 15 years, half of that. Okay, you're going to save $360,000 over the next 15 years. What could your business do with that? And that's the way you approach them. You don't need to be a solar guru. on all this like that. What you're trying to do is explain to these commercial people, because they're always working on their bottom lines and their budgets, is you're already spending the money. What we want you to do is stop renting your power. We want you to own your power. You're spending the money already. Ours will not go up. You will be locked in at the price through the whole time that you pay. And as you show them, your rate of return is 6.8 years. You can't beat that. And that's why solar is so great for not only residential, but commercial businesses, because they're always trying to figure out where they can save money. And this is something that they can save money at that they're already spending. You can show them how to do this. Now the federal marks, bonus depreciation, 50%, and they start asking you all that, say, look, I'm not an accountant. Let me tell you what, why don't you say, who's your CPA, or is your CFO here, or, let me get a copy to them. Let them go over the numbers and then get with you, and then we can all meet. But what your aspect is you, like, does this interest you? You're already spending the money. Let's just move it from where you're renting to owning. And they love it. This just shows the utility rates for an area. And another thing I need you to make sure, because I caught this the other day when I was actually going to the meeting with them, is right here. They had Hudson Energy. So that's what I'm saying. If you get the proposal, make sure you walk through this. And if you got any questions, you can forward it to me. I'll look through it for you, and I may ask questions, what's the utility company and stuff like that. But go down and make sure, because they have Hudson Energy, and it's not. It's AEP SWEPCO. So that's just something to keep in mind. Now, all these numbers right here, this is stuff, current electric bill, show them the charges, the energy, and the savings, and kilowatt usage, what they're looking at. This breaks it down, the overall savings over so many months. And then we get into the overall, and you can see right here, 6.8 months. Then from then on, after 6.8, that 6th year, 9th month, they are going to start saving money every month. Every month. Now,
Elaine, remind them too not to be scared of that, where you see the red, the OEM replacement.
Yeah.
Y'all don't be that's one of the first things I saw when I saw my first one. I saw that. I'm like, what the? That's for like the replacements and so forth, like that, the cost of replacements.
Yeah.
Material.
And what Jeremy's talking about, replacements, usually has to do with the inverters. And then I go, well, why do I got to replace it? Because the inverters on commercial businesses don't last as long as residential. We get to 25, 20 years like that. Commercial businesses are a little tougher on them. Now they could go past that, but they just throw that in there to let them know. But look at their savings they've already had. 167,000 right here. Then next year, they've already saved it. They've already paid for it. They're through the year saving $1,600 a month. What I showed on the upper screen there, they've already paid for these the change if by chance down the road. They just need to let them know that. But this is where you need to let the accountant, someone do it. Now, if it's a business owner and he deals with his own books, it might be too small of a business. Most of them have CPAs, and this is where you want to let them take a look at these numbers, because I can go over these numbers left and right. I'm not CPA. I'm not a bookkeeper. I do solar. That's what I do. I show people how to save money. I show them how to transfer. This is the pages that needs to get to their CFO, their CPA, their accountant, their in-house billing, whatever it is, because they will go over these numbers and they will understand them. And I've talked to a couple of accountants, and they've looked at some and they're like, "Oh yeah, these numbers are good." And but that's the aspect of what I just wanted to kind of go through with y'all on this one. And let me close this one out. Oh, excuse me. All right, let me go over to here. Let me move this head over here because these yellow ones are showing up on mine. I am going to click stop share, get back to the screen. Okay, All right. Hello, everybody. And let me go ahead and start.